Greetings, Helldiver. Quartermaster Creature here, looking for a new weapon to crush the squid incursion? Perhaps pop the heads of some bots? Or even pierce through those pesky hive guards? May I suggest the Submachine Gun 32 Reprimand. Despite the sub in its name, this demon of a firearm is anything but. Boasting a monstrously high damage of 125 per shot, the Reprimand is capable of slinging 490 rounds per minute down range into Liberty's enemies. Assuming you land all your shots, of course, which with this little demon is no mean feat. Recoil is potent, however we will address that soon. And make sure those shots do land. However, for the Helldiver talented in recoil control and spray patterns, this mean machine will be the envy of your comrades in their piddly little assault rifles, with not one single other full auto primary able to outpace the Reprimand in sheer killing potential. Thanks to its impressive 14mm cartridge, potential damage is 1020 per magazine, which is certainly enough to make even some stratagem weapons blush with envy. Now, of course, with any weapon as powerful as our little red and black demon here, there are drawbacks. Despite what some Helldivers and High Command seem to believe, there is such a thing as overkill. Rapid fire of this weapon is something I would rarely advise indulging in, as the power it can project will quickly overwhelm near every light and medium target a Helldiver might come across in merely a single shot or two. As well as this, the damage 14mm provides comes at a price, with only 25 rounds in your magazine before reload is required. An undiscerning Helldiver can choose to empty these shots rapidly, though it may be a waste to spread Blessed Liberty's will so haphazardly. Single fire or burst would be my suggestion in most practical scenarios. Heavier bullets means a longer reload time too. Divers may find it prudent to employ tactical reloads to shorten their time spent feeding this beast. However, that may lose a little something that makes this weapon special. The left side charging handle must be snapped back into place when an empty reload is required, paying a nice homage to a true old earth classic. One of my favourites. And with High Command's recent approval to modify weapons as Helldivers see fit, we can address a few of the issues plaguing this wonderful weapon. But we can't do anything about the reload for now. The recoil and hefty kick is certainly something we can rein in. The standard issue Reprimand features a holographic sight shared with the SG-8P Punisher Plasma, though in my time with the weapon, this enjoys little use. The SMG-32 is best utilised in a close to medium range engagement, though can be effective at range in semi-auto or burst fire modes. Even still, I would recommend a kind donation of a holographic sight to the nearest SEAF training facility. They would get better use out of it than a Helldiver wielding the Reprimand. As such, iron sights are suggested for the ergonomics due to the lower weight of the weapon. Concerning recoil, I would suggest a vertical foregrip to help keep your bullets flying true at Liberty's enemies. However, if visibility is a concern, a vertical foregrip with flashlight will provide much the same benefits while also aiding in darkness, at a slight cost to the weapon's handling. As well as this, a flash hider will do much to bring the vertical and horizontal recoil in check. Though for an even more significant boost in vertical recoil control, I would suggest the compensator, for a slight trade-off in horizontal versus the flash hider. Now that I've informed on the performance stats of the Reprimand itself, I can give some recommendations to best utilise our black and red friend. While the hard-to-control nature may lead you to believe the Reprimand is best suited for imprecise tasks, I can assure you that could not be further from the truth. Fired in semi-auto or burst, the SMG-32 is a precise machine, capable of downing any Berserker or Devastator variant with a single shot to their weak, undemocratic head. As well as this, all Automaton foot soldiers are turned to scrap with a single well-placed body or head shot. 3 shots to a Scout Strider's waist is enough to fell them, and of course a single shot to the pilot if exposed. And while not advised, the high damage and moderate fire rate make the Reprimand capable of handling Hulk heatsinks or gunship engines, should your support weapon be unavailable or in need of a reload. These factors allow me to wholeheartedly recommend this weapon for anyone looking to bathe in the spilled oil of the Automatons. And while the elusive Illuminate may lack the heavily armoured foes of the Automatons or Terminids, the reliance on medium to light armour make the Reprimand a surprisingly lethal elite shredder on their front. Capable of dealing with all types of overseers, as well as watchers, stingrays, and even harvesters, our anything but submachine gun is a more than versatile weapon on this front. But be sure to take caution when engaging the Voltless Horde, as their numbers will quickly overwhelm the admittedly stunted magazine capacity of the Reprimand. And despite the beastly damage, it will struggle to down a flesh mob without precise aiming. Lastly, the Terminids' reliance on overwhelming numbers and heavy armor may seemingly outclass this weapon, but it does have a place crushing bugs. Destroying hive guards is the Reprimand's bread and butter on this front, capable of deleting them through their faceplates, as well as easily one-shotting any other smaller bugs to the body or head. And while not recommended, it is capable of destroying a charger's rear in about 2 megs. Anything higher tier, and I'd suggest relying on your support weapon or stratagems, as you'll soon start to face diminishing returns, even with such a potent piece of Super Earth firepower. To summarise, the Truth Enforcers seek to spread the word of managed democracy whilst also re-educating and pacifying dissidents with use of their SG-20 Halt shotgun. Their other weapon, the SMG-32 Reprimand, however, is anything but a pacification tool. Correction. If you count ripping your enemies to shreds with a hail of some of the most potent lead Super Earth has to offer, pacification, then a happy Helldiver you shall be wielding this tool of peace. Nothing, save for the strongest in Super Earth's arsenal, surpassed this beast on its best day. And I recommend it to anyone with the courage to try and tame its power. This is Quartermaster Creature, signing off. It's kind of an experiment, so hopefully people like it. Also, I stream on Twitch. Come watch me there. Also subscribe and like and wherever. Wow. Anyway, bye. See you next time.